So what happens if at all, let's say there's ransomware attack. In the ransomware attack, all and each and every data which is present on the system gets encrypted. So this encryption can be stopped at a lower level. So I would suggest that most of the companies or the client go for a VCSO service, because most of the people still are not aware of what exactly is VCSO or what is a CISO. So it will be helpful for even us and even the client to minimize the cyber attack.
Yes. Yeah, virtual CISO is definitely a service there where you can hire an individual who can operate as a chief information security officer, and they can help you when in your needs, like when there's a ransomware attack, or preparing an information security program for your organization and managing your security. So yeah, definitely virtual CISOs can assist you in reactive phases as well as preventive and detective phases, right? That's what
Yes.
you're saying. Yes, absolutely. So great, Shweta. So Shweta, it seems like you got fascinated into forensics through your father, because he was from a background, like he was from a police background, assistant commissioner of police in Mumbai, and then you got started into the field. Maybe he might have. That's how you got started. So what do you suggest? Like, I mean, what would be your inputs for like interns, like Rishi, Shashank? These guys are just getting their foot into the door in this industry. They have a good understanding of the fundamentals. Uh, so, what do you suggest? Like, how a organization like us, like who are starting out in this industry, should leverage these interns to get the best value out of the interns, and how the interns can uh, go about their business so they can be much, I mean, of great value to the market.
Okay. So see, as you said, see in cybersecurity domain, what happens is the basic needs to be very much clear. So even if I speak about networking, networking is the very basic or the fundamental of cybersecurity. So if your basics are clear, you can opt for engineering background is must. So you have to do engineering, or if not engineering, you can go for anything with any background which is related to computers. So you can go to BCA, MCA also. After this is done, you need to make sure. See, even though I am good with my networking background or theoretical, I am very much good. But till the time you don't implement it, you don't keep practicing it, then no matter how good you are at theoretical, but still there will be a difference between theories and practicals. So you need to make sure that even though you are working as an intern, it might happen that the company might not pay you for a few months, considering you are an intern. Still, it is very much important for you to start, because till the time you don't start, how are you going to reach your goal? And this domain is so huge and so vast, you need to make sure that you want to go whether into cyber audit, you want to go in compliances, or you want to go in forensics. So when I speak about forensics, you need to have knowledge about both the domains. Like you need three, if I go to say, you need to have about forensics, obviously you need to have information about compliances and auditing as well. But if you speak about compliance and auditing, it is completely fine even if you don't have knowledge about the other backgrounds. But if at all your domain is confirmed that okay, I want to go into audit or I want to go in compliances, you need to make sure that you study. And after studying, if at all I consider cybersecurity, EC Council CH certification is, which is globally recognized, is mandatory now. So after your basics are done, you need to complete your certifications. But even for certification, you must be pretty much good with practicals and even coding, because your entire exam, which is almost for 3 hours, the CH exam, is based on your practical scenarios. So till the time you don't work in any industry or any corporate, how are you going to do? How will you get to know about the scenarios that might happen or that might take place? So when you start as an intern, so you'll work as an intern for, let's say, 6 months or a year. You'll get a bit of knowledge. So from that you'll get to an executive or an associate. So after you become an associate, you start handling cases or you start going to physical audits. I even like to mention something that when I speak about auditing, till the time you don't go to a client's place to perform physical audit, you will not understand what kind of networks are available and present. Because what happens is you are involved with the third party vendor also. You need to be pretty much into communication with your client and the third party vendor also. Because let's say if I talk about bank, most of the bank they outsource most of their services. Like let's say now CBS also. So you need to, when you scan a network or for example DCDR, so you need to scan the DCDR for which if at all it is outsourced, the DCDR is outsourced, you need to make sure that it is scanned properly. Again, till the time you don't perform the audits or the compliances practically, you will not gain much of the knowledge. So start as an intern, complete your studies. Meanwhile, you can start with the internship side by side. So you can start your internship, let's say when you are in the third year or fourth year of your degree. Till that time you're completing your internship, you will join as an associate. After that your journey has started, because till then you get to know what has to be done, what needs to be done. And cyber domain is a field wherein, like I said, you need to be updated, you need to keep yourself updated of each and everything that happens, because almost every day something new is coming up. So if at all you don't study, a gap will be created. Hence the reason you need to make sure that you study. If not study, you at least attend the cyber awareness seminars. Because in cyber awareness seminars, what we do or what most of the people do is they try to highlight the upcoming or the ongoing cyber attacks. So this is a must for any individual who wants to seek or who wants to get into the cyber domain.
Yeah. Yes, so paraphrasing it, what you said was basically, yes, get an understanding of, I mean, get your fundamentals cleared out, get a licensing examination like CEH done so that you know the scenarios, you know the skills, you can practice it in the industry, uh, and get started as an intern and start building up your experience. So once you are ready, like your course is done, you have graduated, you are already having a head start into the industry because you have gained work experience in it. So yeah, so these are right, yeah, good points for sure. Yeah, thank you. And so Shweta, as a like when you guys started out as a company, like how did you start getting I mean, how did you evolve from a startup to having so many clients? Like now you have banking clients, you have clients in other, like in governments, you have military projects. So how did you evolve? Like were you following any bidding uh, websites or networks, networking within the industry, or name, you established a name in the industry which created a good word of mouth, or any marketing efforts like that you focused your efforts on, which allowed you to go from zero clients, let's say from starting out, to having such a big base?
Okay. So, as I said, the director Amar Thakre sir. So, Amar sir, he keeps telling me nowadays. So, when he formed this company, there were times wherein he has even delivered cyber awareness seminars or sessions freely. So, he did not take any cost from anyone for cyber awareness seminars, at least for 2 to 3 years, because he was making sure that he is making or he is forming a group of clients for the company. Not just that, initially he has even solved cases which were free of cost. And like for example, even the service is for, let's say if I speak about the costing in INR, the service which is supposed to be for, let's say, more than 50,000 also in INR, he has given it for free because he knew that if at all he doesn't do this, the clients will not come, because we still belong to people wherein, or the world wherein people are still not that much aware of cyber security, or even if they are aware, they are not still ready to invest that much, considering, because what people's mentality is, even if they get hacked, they say, okay, no problem, I'll format my system, I don't want to give you the money, I don't even want my data. What they don't realize is this is the data which is being sold on the dark web. So the hacker is making a lot of money with your data. So imagine a person's physical address, where he or she stays, images, chats, number, etc. is being sold on dark web apparently, and still people are completely fine with it. So we belong to this world, still we do. So initially when Amar sir started with the company, he had no other option apart from giving most of the services free, because he knew that is when he'll be getting clients. So initially he did this, and after he gained a couple of clients, he started charging them. Because by then, and if at all, why I started seeing that most of the clients are banks, because the regulatory body has made mandatory for the banks. Whereas if I talk about the other industry, it is pretty much optional for them. But still, again, repeating what I said earlier, it is mandatory for everyone, because everyone, no matter you belong to which organization or which industry, everything is available. Most of the people are using Wi-Fi, network, routers, etc., which means your data is online. Now imagine, even if I